Hi, welcome to Eastwind. Let me show you guys around. So we were set up about a year ago, and we set this reception up then, of course. And we've divided the school up into two portions. On the right is the academic section, which has all our classrooms and our ensemble rooms and everything. And on the left over here is our black box, which is our performance section, where we do all our performance training and everything. When parents land up, they spend their time sitting around here. When our teachers and some students are here as well, there's a place for them to relax. There's good old Amy at the reception. She's not a receptionist, I must say. She manages the school, but every once in a while she needs to be there to just enter some data on the computer and stuff like that. Manish is missing, but he normally sits back there. And it's the messiest portion of the school. So, we don't have a pantry in this place because it's slightly small. But we make do with this area. So we filled it up with water bottles and plates and everything, and this is where we eat. Now, room by room, our first room here is the ensemble room. And let me take you guys in there. There you go. That's an ensemble room. It's one of our students just working on the guitar. So this place is equipped with sort of club level sound. We've got a very decent bunch of PA speakers there. We've got a drum set. We've got amplifiers, and of course we've got amplifiers in other rooms which we can bring in. Lots of mobile percussion units that you could keep bringing in and out, and an electric piano as well. And loads of microphones that are hidden all over the school. Okay, alright. So now next in here is our drum room. And on certain days like Sundays, this room goes crazy because we've got about 5 drummers inside here, and so we've got 3 bass drums and loads of practice pads and everything. But we also use this room as an ensemble room. And in this room we've got a club level sound PA system set up over there called QSC, which actually we let our senior band sort of play on. One of the good things about this place is we've got good natural light everywhere. Right, so our next room is a small cute little cubby hole. That is our voice room. And this is probably one of the most important rooms here because we've got a full-length mirror here where you can work on things like your posture, and our voice teachers are very, very particular about this, being classically trained and all that. So you've got to make sure that your tummy is sort of tucked in and everything's in the right way and all that, and you're singing correct. You'll notice that in this room we've got a tiny sound card and a pair of monitors. So I think about 5 or 6 rooms of ours are record enabled, which actually means that anybody with a laptop can come and plug in here and they can start composing music. So they could just plug in to one of our MIDI keyboards or bring in their own equipment or plug in their guitars and stuff like that and start writing and composing music in here. This room also opens up into the piano room, and sometimes when we're doing small recitals we can open up this door, and so it becomes one large room, and you could either do a recital or you could run a larger group class across both these rooms. And come, I'll take you around. That's it. So this is our piano room. It's got 3 pianos. We've got an old Ronish, which is I think it's a Russian or a German piano. We've got a Yamaha there, and we've got a Kawai. I'll just turn on some lights. There you go. And we've got a Kawai in the corner over there. Because of the weather, we need to tune these pianos fairly frequently, but they're all really, really nice. They're great to look at and they sound fabulous. This gives us a chance to have the teacher and the student sometimes play together if they're doing any complex work or something like that. And one thing you'll notice is that pretty much every room, in fact all of our rooms, including the reception, has these acoustic panels that we had specially designed and brought up from a vendor in Bombay. And the interesting thing about these panels is that you don't need to change the shape of the room in order to acoustically treat your surfaces. Otherwise you'd normally have to make sure that you get rid of right angles and things like that. So what you could do with these is, if you're careful with the placement and the measurement of them, you could just generally have them cover about 80% or 60% of one surface, and they serve the purpose and give your room the necessary either dullness or liveness that it requires, and including putting some up on the ceiling, and being the founder, I get a privilege, and this becomes my room. It's a bit of a mess, but this is where I hang out, and I've just been through a recording session, so things are lying all over the place. But that's my drum set. I have a tiny recording setup over there. We run various kinds of classes here, including group classes. There's a vocal ensemble that's run in here, a couple of composition and improvisation classes, plus some individual classes that we have going on here. Yeah, from this room also you get you get a really nice view of everyone who's coming in, and it's really interesting because the people who are coming in can't see inside, so all they see is a mirror, and they stop over there and preen themselves, and you can watch them doing up their hair and stuff like that, and which is the guitar room. And we also call this the writing room. That's one of our senior students, Amit. He's practicing something at this point. He's working with sound. Sorry. So even this room has a tiny little setup where you can record, and it's got a sound card and some speakers and everything. Oh, what's going on? Look at that. There's a camera. Say hi. Say hi.
I'm Juan, Professor Roy Dance.
To show you one more room, I think, show you the performance room, or what's also known as the black box. When you turn off the lights and you sort of sort the curtains out, it's virtually all black. Right. So that it gets all black. I mean, I haven't shut the curtains down properly, but what we notice up on the ceiling here is we've got a very complex lighting rig, which is totally customizable, and I think we've got something like 40 lights or something like that, which is a lot for a room of this size, and that means that we can shift our stage from either that side of the room to this side of the room, or to the center. And we've done performances in all. In all three places, and we've done some theatre, and we've done some dance, and we've done some workshops, and some musical concerts. For performers and for professionals, this is a great place because it's a very intimate place for you to display your music, and for students, it's a fabulous place to train because it can be a little intimidating, but it also brings the focus entirely on your performance and on what you're doing. So